Okay, a few of you have had troubles with the Magic 8 Ball problem. It doesn't have a video associated, just a cheat sheet. So it is a little bit more difficult. So stick with me and follow my directions and you might be able to get that project done. Okay, so first thing you need to do is get into Exchange. Once you're in Exchange, we need to go to Game On. Which you should all be able to do. And we have been working in lesson 8. Now, the Magic 8 Ball, as you can see, it hasn't got a video, it's just got this cheat sheet. But believe it or not, everything here is everything you need. It's very much like the rock, paper and scissor game anyway. But have a look. Let's have a look at what we've been given for the cheat sheet. On start, show the string, and string is just a fancy way in computer jargon of saying text or a row of numbers, or show me something. And this is ask a question, and then show the number 8. So we know that on the start of the program, we'll see it'll scan across the microbit, ask a question, and then you'll see the number 8. Okay, because it's a Magic 8 Ball. And then over here, you've got part of the code. They've cut off the bottom. But guess what? Everything you've got in the top half is enough to actually be able to code this project. Okay, so it says we have an on shake block. And a little hint to you guys, when you see a color, that's how you're going to find it in the menu. Okay, so have this tab open, providing some games, lesson 8. Make sure you've got that open. Make sure haven't got a billion tabs open at the top, because that makes things very complex and confusing. And then go to the top and we've got our make code link here. I'm going to click it. It'll take me into my make code projects and I'm going to say a new project. So I'm going to make this project work from the start. I'm pretty sure I don't need my forever loop. I'm going to get rid of it. We'll just add to the now I've already forgotten. Oh yeah, we had on shake. So if I didn't remember what I need to do, I can just go up here to providing some game and click it and go to the cheat sheet. Okay, so on start we need a show string and a show number. Okay, so go back in here and we go to the blue because they're blue, and we go show string. We need to find show string and show number. There's show string. So drag that out, and then we need a show number. And that wasn't what I was supposed to do. Show number. There it is there, show number. So we grab it and drop it on the desktop, and that needs to go underneath there. So we can check to see whether we've got it the same as in the lesson. Okay, on start, show string, show number. On start, show string, show number. But we have to print in here, ask a question. Enter. So I clicked inside there and then I typed the text. And then after it scrolls ask a question over here on the microbit on the left, you can see it actually doing it. It has to show the number 8. Enter. So guess what? We've already done the first part of our code. Then we have over here what looks like very complex code. Okay, it isn't as complex as it looks. Okay, so first of all, the whole thing is inside this purple. Okay, so we're going to go to our make code and look for purple. Purple is an input, sorry, and it's on shake. Okay, how do I know it's on shake? Well, if we go and have a look, it says here on shake. Okay, so I've got my purple. I'm going to grab my on shake and I'm going to drag it onto the desktop. It's the beginning of our program. What was inside the on shake? Well, we had a clear screen. What color is the clear screen? It's blue. So I'm going to go to my menu and go looking for a clear screen. Okay, can I see it? On start, pause, forever, basics. But see here, we've got more. We can click more. There's the clear screen. Ooh, I was worried that we weren't going to be able to find it. Pop it in there. So if you can't find it in the basic and it's blue, you can always go to more, okay? And then I'm going to look back at my code, and we've got set answer to and pick a random number. Now, what they're saying there is when you shake it, we're going to get an answer which is a random number between 0 and 2, which means basically we have three choices: yes, no, and I think the last one is in the project pick again. Okay, so if I'm not sure about that, I can always go and look at the page in the booklet. Okay, and we know where the booklet is. We go down here, so we go to the top. I think the booklet's at the top. No, where is the booklet? The booklet's there. It's down here. That's rock paper scissors. No, the booklet's elsewhere on the exchange page. But look, we know what we're doing. Okay, we're going to go yes, no, pick again. Okay, or you could go yes, no, maybe. It doesn't really matter. So we've got up here, clear the screen. And then we've got to go set answer to, and it'll give you three choices. Now, what color is that set answer? It's red, okay, which is a variable. This is harder, so really pay attention here, okay? You need to go variables, and you need to click on make a variable and just put in answer and go okay. So now we've got set answer to, okay? So that's the block we need. So we drag that set answer to out and we pop it under here. But we're not done yet because there's a lot more happening inside. Okay, so if you look at her thing, it says set answer to. There's a purple one in here, 0 to 2. So color is purple. Go back to make code, look for purple. It's an input. Okay, so which one is it? Do we wonder? Let's have a look at pick random. It is okay. So, but I've picked the wrong color because that's not purple, is it? Maths is purple. Okay, so it's Mr. Comonos is colorblind. It's pick random is the one we want. Okay, so don't worry if you keep forgetting which one it is. You can always click between those two tabs to find out what you're doing. Drag it out. I've got a mind like a sieve. Okay, so 0 to, we've got three answers. So 2. Now you might say, why don't you make it 0 to 3? Because that would actually give you 4 answers. You go 0, 1, 2, 3. So if you count it on your fingers. So 0 is one of the choices, then there's a 1, then there's a 2. Okay, that gives us 3 choices. Pop back to our cheat screen. Then we've got an if, okay, if then. So this type of thing is what's known as a logic block. Okay, so basically it's like, it's a way of making decisions that a machine can use to make a decision. So for instance, I'll give you a really simple one. If color is brown, answer is chocolate. If color is pink, answer is strawberry. Okay, so that's how these if type questions operate. Okay, so we need to get an if then logic block. Okay, logic, see logic here. So we're going to go if then logic block, which is this one here. Okay, drop it in underneath. The true, we don't need the true, but we can drop something in there in its place. Okay, so we look here. In the if we got answer, okay, and then 0. So we're going to look for answer. Now what color was the answer? The answer was in the variables. Okay, there it is there. So I'm going to grab it, and in this block it says if the answer is something, then 0. But you can see here, I'm going to say if the answer is 0, then something something. So that's not actually the same, is it, as what Miss had here. Okay, if equals, okay, then. So let's have a look at see what I've actually done wrong. It's a comparison, okay? That's where I've gone wrong. If the answer is, and we've got it here, see this comparison block here? If we go back to our cheat sheet, you can see that we've got that equals and there's down arrow here. So there's a comparison block dropped in here. If the answer equals 0, then. So what I need to do is I need to take my answer block out and go back into logic and look for my comparison block. Drop that where the true was. Then drop my answer in the left-hand side there, okay? If the answer equals 0, then, and what are we going to do then? I think we're going to say something like an answer. And it says here, show string yes. So 0 is going to be a yes, okay? So what color is show string? It's blue. So I'm going to go into make code, go to my blue, look for show string, pop that in there, and then click inside where the text is, and I'm going to type yes, and go enter. Okay, and then underneath that, and then we go back to the number 8. Okay, so show number 8. So I'm going to go up here to blue. We're going to look for show number. Show number, there it is there at the top. Goes in here. And we're going to click inside there and make that an 8 and hit enter. So already we know that it's going to say ask a question, which is what it's doing at the moment. And then when I shake it, it will give me an answer. But once it says 8, now it's ready to go. Once it says 8, it's ready to go. So it showed me the string ask a question, then it showed me the number 8. When I shake it, watch what happens. Nothing happens. Let's try again. Now the reason why it's not giving us an answer every time is because it might not be picking the number 0. But eventually when I shake it, the random number 0 will come up. And then, hopefully, it will give me a yes. Okay, let's have a check of our cheat sheet. If answer equals 0, then we got yes and 8. Okay, so what do we need to do next? Because we haven't got the other two numbers in. We've got a 0. So let's make 1 a no. Okay, so we're going to just copy this text again. Okay, so you could probably go we can copy all of that. If we click down here on the plus, what happens? Now, do we want to go else? Let's have a look at Mrs. Code and see if she went else. No, it's just an if. You can see the if poking out here. So she hasn't clicked the plus. Okay, so we're going to go, once again, we just need another if block. So we go to logic, we grab our if, we drag it in here, and we pop it in. Now, does it go underneath there? Let's have a look. Yes, it's sitting inside underneath. So we're just going to do the same thing. We can click on this block. Oh, no, because see how we've got two pluses here? It's all about detail, isn't it? This hasn't got two pluses happening, so I think what happens is it needs to sit outside. Now, what do I mean by outside? See this if block? It needs to go underneath, like that. Okay, so make sure the if block goes underneath, not like I did it, sitting inside here like that. Hold on. Not like that. Make sure it sits underneath. Okay, so then we need to, and see the show number 8, that needs to go back up there. Okay, so we just need to copy this block underneath. Okay, so we can go right click on clear screen and go duplicate, and we can pop it in there. Do we need clear screen is the question. And then we're going to go click on this block and go duplicate. Sit it underneath. And then we need to, if up here in this bit here, we need to have this bit here. In fact, you know what? I'm going to drag all of this out and I'm going to trash it, and I'm going to go click like this and go duplicate, and I'm going to pop it in underneath, and you can see that we've just duplicated the whole thing. That's a lot quicker, isn't it? And we're going to make this 1, but if it's 1, we're going to say no. And then we click it again, the if block, and go duplicate, and we pop it underneath that one, and this time we say 2, and we say pick again, enter. So hopefully now, if you look at that code, what's happening is it's on shake, clear the screen, then say it's going to pick a random number, and if the answer is 0, it's going to say yes, and then show number 8. If the answer is 1, it's going to say no, and then show number 8. And if it's going to say, and if it's 2, it'll say pick again. And then when you shake it, it'll clear the screen again. So let's try and see if this actually works. Shake. So have I done something wrong? Let's have a look at, yes. Okay, so it gave me a yes. And I shake it. Gave me a yes again. I'm going to ask a question. Is Mr. Komenos a rubbish programmer? It doesn't actually know. No, of course. Will Year 7 learn how to code? Yes. Okay, so that is working now. Okay, so that's how you do your code. Okay, so we had our start block, on start, ask a question, show 8, and then on shake, clear the screen, pick a random number, and go yes or no. Okay, so we can see here that the program's working. We've tested it, we've asked it a question, and you can see that the best way to do this type of coding is look for the color and then basically do monkey see, monkey do. And if we wanted to add another block to this and say maybe, okay, we'd have to add another variable up here, so we could make it to 3. Then we'd have 0, 1, 2, 3, which would give us 4 numbers that we could choose from. And then we could click on the if block, right click, go duplicate, and then pop it in the bottom, and then make this one 3, and we could say maybe. So now, when you ask a question, when it has to get to show an 8 first. Ask a question. So we shake it. And when we shake it, we ask it a question, like is it going to rain today? It should give us an answer. Is it going to rain today? Oh, I have to go, maybe I have to click that button that says shake. Shake. Maybe. So I wasn't pushing the shake. Okay, and then I'm going to ask another question. So the maybe works. Is this video too long? Video too long? Let's shake it. Maybe. Well, it's nearly half an hour long. Let's click it again. No. So that's how you code this block, okay? I've shown you how to duplicate blocks. I've shown you how to make variables, etc., etc. Have fun with that. So anyone that really wants to have a go at that Magic 8 Ball, that is how to do it. Thank you.